This is Brock Leishman reporting live to you about the Berlin Wall. We will first start with our two guests. Let's bring them in. Serena, let's start with you. What is courage to you?
I believe that courage is the ability to do something that frightens one.
Blake, where is the Berlin Wall located?
The Berlin Wall is located in Germany.
And when did the Berlin Wall take place?
Berlin Wall took place August 13th, 1961.
Why was the Berlin Wall built?
The Berlin Wall was built in an effort to stem the tide of refugees attempting to leave East Berlin. The communist government of East Germany began building the Berlin Wall to divide East and West Britain.
Okay, back to you, Blake. Who wins between the East and the West?
The West Germany's win November 9, 1989, when the head of the East German Communist Party announced that citizens of the GDR could cross the border whenever they are pleased.
Why is this event significant in history in your own words?
The Berlin Wall is significant because the wall symbolized the lack of freedom under communism.
What does this event say about humanity?
This event says that humanity in the 1960s was unfair and everybody was not as equal as others.
Alright, we'll now take a short break and we will come back with three new guests. Welcome back. Our next guest I'd like to introduce is Jackson West. So let's get started. Jackson, can you give us a little backstory on the Berlin Wall before we go into greater detail?
1961 is the year the Berlin Wall was first built, but the conditions that led up to its construction began earlier. Shortly after the end of the Second World War, in 1945, the Berlin airlift was the landmark event that most dramatically signaled the growing divide between the Soviets and the other Allies. This event led to many people being treated unfairly.
Thank you, Jackson, for your time. Our next guest is Wesley. What significant event is tied to the Berlin Wall?
On December 11, 1957, leaving East Germany without permission is forbidden and violations are prosecuted with prison up to 3 years. This just shows how humanity has changed in today's society. I can only imagine how much people had to go through in everyday's life.
Alright, thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Now our last guest is Kaylee. Can you sum up the things that lead up to the Berlin Wall being torn down?
Yes, so on June 12, 1987, President Ronald Reagan visits Berlin and urges Soviet leader Mikhail to tear down the Berlin Wall. Only 3 months later, in September 10th of 1989, did changes start to be made when Hungarian governments opened the border for East German refugees. Following that, on November 9th, 1989, the Berlin Wall is open. However, everything was not fixed with Germany until later in October 3rd, 1990, when Germany is finally reunited.
This will conclude our interview about the Berlin Wall, and that's it.